I'm hearing you.
Oh yeah, make me co-host now.
You said I'm not it.
Yeah, I'll make you a host now. Then you make me co-host so that you can handle it from your end.
Okay, yeah, ciao. Oh dear Lord.
Okay, so now you can make me a co-host because you're the host. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all, welcome to our podcast, Abi's talk show. Abia Madam Okay Tolam. No sharing of screen, oh no. We are not doing anything with slide, oh. Now talk. In fact, everybody's mic is going to be on. Anything you talk goes.
I beg they admit people.
Okay, so let me make our pastor Samuel the co-host here. Ibikai. You want to share your face? I want to share your face in my video.
Yeah, margin call will be off. Margin call limits dependent on the capital. I will explain that in a moment.
Can see my screen.
Full position take profit
We can
ratio.
see it and we can hear it.
2%, but remember it's based on the signal. Every signal, let me just put 3%. Every signal determines that full position take profit callbacks 0.001. Okay, 0.01. Okay. Buying callback, the same thing, 0.01. All right. Then capital trade. All right. So this is the setting for low capital trading. So if a person has low capital, and when I say low capital, I mean when the person has $100, $200, $250, this is the setting you use. Okay, so let's please take note of this setting. We've already discussed the general setting, everybody understands it. Now, for the low capital setting, of course, Rick's type radical remark, you can type low capital settings. First buying amount, I'm going to explain how I arrive after that in a moment. Open position doubled, we'll put it on. So remember, open position doubled is off for the general settings.
Madam,
because
okay,
that general
please
settings
remind them on the platforms that we are live.
So open position double would have meant 90% of your capital.
Yeah, please make other people co-host so that they can assist you with the job.
Settings.
Yeah.
The first buying amount is usually smaller. Is here. We turn on open position doubled so that the person will have some good money trading for him or her. Very important. AI margin call should be off. Margin call limits dependent on the capital. I will explain that in a moment. Full position take profit ratio. I'm just going to change it to 2%, but remember it's based on the signal.
As a host, you can make people
every signal. Let me just put 3%.
You know that.
Every signal determines that full position take profit callbacks 0.001. Okay, 0.01. Okay. Buying callback, the same thing, 0.01. All right. Then this is a one-shot trade. Right. So strategy period is one shot. Then sub position take profit callback 0.012. So we're not really going to use sub positions because we only do first 4 margin calls. But here's the thing you need to know. I'm going to use the example of $100. When somebody comes to me with $100, I try to say, okay, you have low capital, so you can't go too deep to 7 margin calls. So maybe let me see if you can do 3 margin calls. So I'll put 3 margin calls. But what does 3 margin call mean? Remember, first buying amount is one buying set. Open position doubled is second one. Do you understand? First buying amount, open position double, that is 2. So how much does the person have, and can they tolerate how many buy-ins. If it's $100, what does that mean? If it's $100 that somebody has, what I will now, I'm trying to do the calculation so you will all understand. If it's $100 somebody has, I will now say open position doubled is 1, first buying amount is 1, that is 2. Then if the person wants to tolerate 3 margin calls, first margin call is 2, that's the multiple buying ratio. 2, 4, 8. Okay? 2, 4, 8. So that means 2 plus 4 plus 8. That's already 14. Now, 14 plus first buying amount and open position, that's 16. So you realize that I'm going to be dividing $100 by 16, which the first buying amount will be 6.25, which is too small for first buying amount. Your first buying amount should be above 12, 15, 12, 15. So that means we can't do doubling method. That's what I call doubling method.
Guys,
that is, I will show you in a moment in margin
them on the
configuration.
platform
All right?
that we are live.
But because it's $100, I will change the margin call limit to 2. So that means the person will only be able to do 2 and 4 by the doubling method. 2 and 4, not 8. The third margin call would have been 8. So the person can only do 2 and 4. So 4 plus 2 is 6. Plus first buying amount, that is 7. Plus open position double, that is 8. That means I'm going to divide this $100 by 8.
Guys,
and that will give me 12.5. So with that kind of situation, I'll put first buying amount as 12.5.
Lawyer Taj, I think we should start at 10 past 8,
I'll
right?
put the first buying amount as 12.5.
Okay, 10 past 8.
And in that case, I will now go to the margin configuration.
All right.
This will now be the margin configuration. So you see the multiple buying ratio on the right side.
Good evening, everyone. How you all doing?
So that's 6. 6 plus the first buying amount, that is 7, plus the open position double, that is 8. So there will be 8 buy-ins for this signal. The next decision is margin call drop. How many margin calls can you tolerate? Well, I tell people if you're trading with $100,
test your
at least you can do
the person
3.5 and 3.5.
He doesn't
that
have
is
audio.
7%.
Please
Or
test
3.5 and 4, which is
because we are good with audio.
Or the person can say, I will do 3.5 and 5.
Turn up to river.
Yes, which is 8.5% deep tolerance. So if it doesn't get to the second margin call, the person will be trading with the first buying amount and the open position doubled, which is then the person will also be trading with the first margin call, which is 2. So the person will be trading with 4 times 12.5 at each trade. So that is what it's required for for this method. But if a person has $250 and I want to make these 3 margin calls, so let's see. If it's 3 margin calls, that will be 2, 4, 8. That will be 14, 15, 16. That will be 16. So 250 divided by 16. Let's see. If it's 250 divided by 16.
Madam, okay, you have a video showing on your screen explaining something on margin configuration. Maybe that's why people are not hearing well.
Doubling method can do 3 margin calls.
It's the video they are saying they are not hearing.
No, we are hearing the video very well.
So this setting is for $100.
Some people's audio are not, may not be working. So don't worry about them. They'll be all right.
Okay. And when I go to the margin configuration by the doubling method, percent, because I want it to be fast. Then the second one, then the next one I leave that 4.
All right. Good evening, everyone, and you're all welcome. If you have been made a co-host, please help us to admit others and try to go on the platforms to let them know that we are live. We are live. We are live. We are very, very alive. Okay? You are very welcome. And hosting with me tonight is Lawyer Taj. Lawyer Taj, let's see your face now. I'll be your service, no the work. All right, so with me is your guy, Lawyer Taj, the one you have been seeing, the one whose face is very, very familiar, the one who had even been training on the platform before tonight. I mean, in the afternoon, I saw what he dropped and I was like, you want to give people crunchy. Are you trying to expose what we want to do tonight? What's up? All right, so my name is Ola Oshibiko. Okay. Just call me okay because it's okay to call me okay. But my okay is not small o and k me. I am okay the great.
We call her Madam Okay, who is more than okay.
Okay is capital O.K. Those are my initials. And tonight, we just want to do it in a different way. We want to express RoyalQ, you know, in a very subtle manner so that we can all get what we need to get. Co-host, please admit people. A lot of people are in the waiting room. Okay, so we want to just talk through it. We want you to tell us your mind about it, and we share very cogent things that we ought to know that hitherto most of us do not know. And why are we doing this? You know, Prof had been on the platform for those who are in the inner circle, and he had been doing a lot of wonders. In fact, the wonders performed today, has prepared this meeting to be an atmosphere of the miraculous, really, just as we have said. Now, if he's going to teach us how, because honestly speaking, please don't think that you are alone. You see all those things, all those lines that they are always interpreting. They are lines as far as okay is concerned. But in a short while, Prof is going to tell us exactly what those lines are. How he's using those lines to give us all these beautiful results of 7%, 10%, 12%, 100%. And then we too will be able to interpret this. Let's just be calling them lines now. We'll be able to interpret them by ourselves. And then we'll be able to know that, just like Dr. Money was also saying this evening, we'll be able to interpret them in such a way that we won't just enter any trade and then stay in the deep for so long, because we definitely know where we're going. If you know the road, you are not likely to fall into the well. If you know exactly where the wells are, you'll be able to bypass them. So that's what we want to do tonight. All right. I think I've said so much. Lawyer Taj, do you have anything for us? Do you have anything for us as we start? Because we would like you to shed more light on exactly what RoyalQ is and the blockchain, maybe later. But tell us a little bit about RoyalQ. What is RoyalQ actually? Because I'm thinking, is it a girl? Is it a boy? Is it a man? Is it a woman? Who is this RoyalQ? Lawyer Taj, over to you, please. Lawyer Taj, are you there? All right. While Lawyer Taj is finishing up with his dinner, let me just quickly tell us what RoyalQ is. When it comes, I'm sure he knows, he's very familiar, he's more familiar with RoyalQ than I am. He will take it up from wherever, wherever I have stopped. Lawyer Taj, please finish your food on time. Finish your food on time. Okay, doesn't know RoyalQ like you do. Me, I don't know whether RoyalQ is a girl or a boy or a man or a woman or even an hermaphrodite. Who is RoyalQ? Tell us.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming on the call. I'm seeing some new faces I haven't seen for like 3 years. I can see Madam Adiola Apampa in the house. Good to have you in
Now,
this
first, we
call.
can't look.
Office join. Dr. Money, the VCs of the world. I beg, I
I
heal
bet tell
everybody
us
in
who
the house.
RoyalQ is, Jare.
Right. So let me just go straight to the point. RoyalQ is an automated cryptocurrency trading bot that allows users to trade various cryptocurrencies on exchange platforms like Binance, Huobi, KuCoin, over 7 different exchanges. Now, this bot executes trades based on preset algorithms and strategies, thereby eliminating the need for manual intervention. So users can connect their exchange accounts to the RoyalQ through what we call an API integration, set their trading preferences, and let the bot handle the trades. Now, RoyalQ is popular for its user-friendly interface and the ability to earn passive income through its trading strategies. Additionally, it has a referral program that allows users to earn commissions by inviting others to use the platform. However, as with any trading platform, there are a lot that is there for you to learn, and it is essential for users to understand how it works. See, in broken English, in pidgin English, more just break them down so you go understand. You see, this RoyalQ app is an app that you can download from your phone. When you download this app, you can integrate it to your Binance or to any exchange you are using, and then have that app be trading for you while your money remains with you. That is one of the sweetest points that made me join this business after 2 years of trying to convince myself that the previous business was going to pay. After 2 years. So the wonderful thing about this business was the fact that you can actually earn your money while even with you. The profits that you make automatically goes to your exchange. You do not give your money to anybody. You do not say, okay, you trade for me. The knowledge that we use in trading is something that we have learned over time, and it's something that is very essential for everyone. And that is why we are using this as a prequel or a sequel to what is going to happen within the next few days when we have our Professor John Essie join us to actually break down the art of trading. So what we are doing today is like a talk show for everyone who's here to understand how the RoyalQ works and how
Talk show,
everyone
talk show.
Talk show, abi podcast.
Waiting, who podcast help?
Okay.
Talk show. We go talk
So this is the first time I'm
hear
actually doing a presentation without a slide. I just hope a lot of people can pick up. I'm sure Madam OK is going to share our own slide as time goes on. But basically, that is what RoyalQ is about. It's about a system where you can trade on the crypto market and earn monies trading on it, with all the monies going directly to your wallet. You're not giving your money to anybody. The bot trades for you 24/7. It's an easy system to use, and you never lose. All you need is patience and discipline. Thank you, Madam Oki. Over to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Lawyer Taj. My people. I hope say all the grammar where Lawyer Taj talk. Una hear am and una understand am. You know, me, I be market woman. Lawyer na lawyer. Lawyer na lawyer. Me, I be market woman. Money me, I like and I know. Okay, so I hope you are following us actually, because the whole essence of this talk show is for us to break it down. In fact, me, I'm an Ijesha woman. Maybe somebody will have to speak Ijesha here so that I can really understand. So that is like what we want to do. All right. So we are going to start asking ourselves certain questions. Some questions that people have come to my DM to ask, you know, and I know that a lot of people, because when we just, they will say, they put signal. They put signal. Signal is on the platform. And Professor Ese has given us signal. What is a signal? What is that thing that they are calling signal safe? You know, we want to ask ourselves all of these questions. And we also want to find out, when they give these signals, what should we be even looking out for? Because a lot of people will just be looking at it that, they said they are giving signal. You know, what is it all about? What am I even looking out for? Okay, we first want to answer that question. What is a signal? What is a signal? When they say they have given the signal, okay? You know, what normally when they say, like even if it's between a man and a woman, and they say the man gave the woman signal, that means that the man is trying to communicate.
Madam, okay, please unmute yourself. There's some interference, so I had to mute everyone in the group.
Okay. All right. I hope you are now hearing me properly.
Loud and clear.
So I was saying that when you are hearing signal, because a lot of people still do not understand what a signal is. Make I not tell you lie. Before myself, I understand. Well. So it's nothing. So please, if you're on this call tonight, just feel very free. Feel very, very free to say the things you don't understand. Ask your questions, because we have all been there. It's not peculiar to you, and it's not going, today is not peculiar to you, it's not going to be peculiar to you tomorrow. I was saying that when you are talking about signal, when you even say a man is giving a woman a signal, it's a form of communication, you know. So when we are saying they give signal, that's a communication that is very specific, you know, that is very specific to trade, especially when we are talking about trade signals. That's telling us that it is okay to take this trade, you know. So a trade signal can be said to be an indicator or a trigger, you know, for action. Just like that other signal when a man is trying to give a woman a signal, it's like a trigger that, okay, I like you, I love what you are wearing, and I want you to be mine. So it's the same thing with trade. When you are talking about the trade signal, is an indicator to say that you can, or is it an indication now to say that, okay, you can take this trade. All right. Sorry, no, it's not my network. The communication network in this house is telling me that it's Ori. So let me put off my video again so that, okay. Yeah. All right. So when you are looking for trade signals, they are just know when to take, we can identify the potential. These signals can be very, very simple and straightforward. And by the time I tell you now exactly what you are supposed to be looking out for, when you hear that they put a signal somewhere, you will know that I'm just telling you the way it is. It is very, very simple. So when they say they put a signal, before you enter the trade, there are some important things you need to look at. Number one is the name of the coin. Okay, the name of the coin. I hope we all know that the cryptos are also called coins. So you first need to look at the name of the coin, and then you look at the price. You look at the price. You look at the price. You look at the price that you want to enter it with. And then when we're also saying enter, you know, because there are so many details that people will just look at and say, what are they talking about now? Enter. What is enter again? This is why we are here. Please relax. No matter how little or how stupid you think the questions are, there are no stupid questions tonight. Just ask your questions. When they say enter, it just means that you can pick that trade. It just means that you can take the trade. It just means that you can go ahead and do whatever you need to do to get money out of that trade. So now, because we also want to start taking these signals by ourselves, Professor Essay just like Lawyer Taj said, is going to teach us certain things. But don't forget that even without signals, without anybody giving us signals, we can also take trades by ourselves. We have been taught what we call the top gainers strategy. The top gainers strategy. That was the video we watched at the beginning of this meeting. The top gainers strategy, so that you can take the trades by yourself. And also, something that I have noticed that I want to bring to fore tonight is that a lot of us go around looking for so many strategies, and then we get confused along the line. Now, we want to tell you for free tonight, there are many ways to the market too. And remember, all this that we are doing, this crypto trading by RoyalQ is also markets. We are trading. So there are many, many routes to the market. So the top gainer strategy is another route to the market. You can go online and you see so many other ways of doing it, but please don't get yourself confused. Try as much as possible to stay on one, understand that one properly before you move into another one, if you must. And just like every other thing in life, the crypto trading also is evolving. It's evolving. So the strategy used, in fact, I don't even think we had any strategy in that 2021. The strategy used in 2021 definitely is different from what was used in 2022, 2023, and now we are in 2024. So top gainer strategy is a good one that we have been using, and it has been giving us a lot of dividends. I'm going to come back and talk a whole lot more about the top gainer strategy while I yield the mic to Lawyer Taj to tell us a little bit about blockchain technology. Is it a decentralized technology? Is it a centralized one? Lawyer Taj, you have the floor.
Right. Thank you very much, Madam OK. Who's Madam OK? All right. So we just want to break it down very easy. No time to speak big English because like when I young, when we're in school, they tell us, say, if you want to understand any word, you have to try to break it down. You have to try to break it down. So with that same system, now I know what to be blockchain, or now I want to explain what blockchain is. So the two words there is block and chain. All transactions that you do is put in blocks, and it is decentralized. So when I say decentralized, it is not in one central place. Different people in different parts of the world using their computers can put their transactions in the blockchain. Now, these whole transactions now data when it contain time of the transaction, the amount, the wallet address, all put in blocks. And then you chain them together. So when you block something and then you chain them together, it's blockchain. And the essential part of this technology be say, it cannot be erased, it cannot be edited, and it cannot be destroyed. So like what we are using now is what we call the internet technology. Although many people prefer to say the internet, but it is the internet technology. So blockchain is not just blockchain, it is blockchain technology. And it is the seventh wonder of the world. If you come to my trainings, I say this a lot. The internet became famous because of its ability to transfer information instantly just by clicking a button, enter. But you see, this blockchain is more powerful than the internet. Why? Because it not only has the ability to transfer information, it has the ability to transfer value instantly just by clicking enter. Value is money. And so the blockchain, we call it the Internet 2.0, because you see this blockchain, as we speak today, it's being used in different spheres of human endeavor. This cryptocurrency we are talking about, so it is the first brainchild of the blockchain. And you cannot talk of cryptocurrency without going back a little bit to the evolution of money, how money they reach crypto, how it be digital, what happen, how it start. We all know how this blockchain or how the evolution of money go all the way from the barter system. So we know how the barter system worked, or we heard how it worked. You get rice, you find who get Gary. So when you meet the person, when I go change, you'll give him Gary, he go give you rice. But you and I agree that there are so many problems in that stage. Because then if it's who get Gary, and yeah, you want rice, and who get rice now? You want beans, you don't want Gary. So as it continued until when we had metal coins. From metal coins, we had the commodity money. We get to paper money. Now, paper money now what we use every day, dollar, pounds, euro, yen. But still, it did not solve the problem of human transactions. Why? Because this money self now print that they print them. Any bad government can print 100 million or 100 trillion of it. Inflation will happen. Not only that, governments, they collect loans and debts on top of this money. Not only that, the one where they thief, the one that they launder. Even banks, back now, when they say politician thief 100 billion, that'll be only in Duan. He did it in conjunction with his banks. So we cannot even exempt the banks from the problems of our financial world today. And at that time, if you wanted money, you need to go back from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Anything past 4, you can't even have access to your money. So that now evolved what we know as plastic cards, because then with your ATM, you can go to any ATM machine anytime. You cash in your money. But even with that evolution of plastic cards, there was still the problem of charges. There was the problem of network. There's still the problem of thieving and laundering. Everything still they go on. If you remember very well, in 2008, 2007, 2008, there was a big financial collapse all over the world. The Lehman Brothers. This collapse became very clear that we began to have what we know as serious problems in the financial world. That problem spread all over the world. And humans became very wary of, so even this banking system, not sure. This insurance, this so-called system of transactions in this financial world is not sure. That same 2008, we saw the first man, Satoshi Nakamoto. Now we don't know whether a man or woman or a boy or a girl or a group of people. But the man said, no, I need to create a system of money.
I think say na woman.
Yeah.
Na woman she be.
Na woman, eh?
Na woman fit do that kind of thing.
Take now they drag everything, women, take. Anyway, anyway, he created the first blockchain data system with a white paper, which he termed Bitcoin. And as of 2008, this man talks, say, there will come a time when we can transfer money from Mr. A to Mr. B without bank, without third party, with the minimalist of fees, with no control from government, with no questioning. The money must leave A to B. Nobody fee stop him. When the same Bitcoin starts, government were the first to say, na scam, money cannot be virtual. You must be able to see and hold and touch money for it to work. Don't put your money, anybody will put your money in a problem, now you know. But still, say we humans, there are still some people who will see fire and would like to test it to know if it's really hot. And that's how some people began to use this cryptocurrency. To cut a long story short, 2008 till date, all governments of the world, countries, parastatals have fought Bitcoin, but nobody was able to win because you can never stop an idea whose time has come. How can you fight technology? Today, not only Bitcoin exists, but over 2,000 plus cryptocurrencies, legitimate, used for different things. People are removing money from different spheres of human endeavor and putting the trillions into these cryptocurrencies and other altcoins. So much that a market had to be created for the juxtaposition of these currencies to compare different currencies. Now there we could get what we know as currency pairs. So for one currency to be higher than the other, there are certain things when you go look into, not just the trading, but the fact that, okay, people have to put money in there for it to make a lot of difference.
Yes.
And this is where we are today.
Like will still expatiate more on all of those things, though, because the big grammar where they throw like that.
Grammar not there. As I break out for English, I break out for English for Pidgin, we understand. But basically what I'm just trying to say is today we have the cryptocurrency market, which has bred a lot of traders. So now the Forex market is not just alone with any other types of trading, but we have the cryptocurrency market and cryptocurrency trading going on. You would agree with me that the market is somewhat difficult to trade. But with what we have with RoyalQ, we are seeing the fact that people are able to earn with simple strategy that we use every day. But in earning in these strategies, you need to still understand some things, like what is a cryptocurrency pair? What is signal? What is buy order? What is sub-bin mode? What is whole house where? Those little things when go make them very clear to you. You need to understand candlestick patterns. You need to understand quite what is resistance, what is support, what is the trend line.
Yeah, my brother, we'll come back to you to come and talk more on those things. Thank you so much.
My power reach. You can fire down. Thank you.
No be there your power reach you. Go empower yourself. Go back inside. Go drink. Go chop. Come out again. Then you go tell us, because today we must hear them. Everybody go hear them. So we have heard from the attach that this RoyalQ, gets it's not you don't get gender. It's not a woman. It's not a man. I think it's an it. But that it must be very intelligent, because for an it to be putting so much money in our pockets, it gets as it be. So, I told you also that a signal is an indication or an indicator, excuse me, recommendation on how to sell our crypto. It helps us to take and to make decisive, intentional decisions when we want to trade. And we don't just jump into signals. I told you that before you choose a signal, you need to even look at the person. That's why we want to talk about the about our TGS. Excuse me, I need to drink water. Sorry. Sorry about that. All right, so before you choose any signal, before you go into any signal, you must trust the person who has dropped that signal. Don't just come on the platform and then you see a signal, they say it's a signal, and you have seen 3%, you see 5%, or maybe you have seen 20%. You must trust the person who has dropped this signal. Okay? Time is also very essential. Once there is a lag in signals, then the signal would have forfeited the effectiveness. Before you start looking at the costs and the fees, you really need to be sure that the time is still within the same time frame. Then a good signal should help us to manage risk. A good signal will give us the stop loss and then the take profit levels. All of this we are going to show you in a while, but I'm just trying to let you know what you look out for when you are picking a signal. And don't forget also that we are going to a place where we'll also be able to generate our own signal because signals are generated, you know, by analysis. You make analysis, you do all, just like as Dr. Money also gives us signals. At least she analyzes, you know. I wanted to say prof actually, and the other coaches they have been giving us, you know. So you need to look properly before you leap. The entry points. Somebody is going to show us all of this in a bit, okay? While you are trying to make a trade, you look at the signal entry points. Look for the exact price, that is the entry price, so that you can enter at the right price. It is very, very crucial. This is why most of us end up in unnecessary floating losses. And then let me quickly talk about floating. I don't know what's wrong with this network tonight, but God will help us. Let's quickly look at floating losses. Now that I mentioned it, that because we don't enter signals at the right time, so we enter what we call a floating loss. A floating loss is not a definite loss. We have been sharing screens, we have been sharing slides, and this had been explained so many times in so many ways. But can I just say it again? When you are in a floating loss, it is not a definite loss. It's just like a stopgap, okay? And if floating losses are properly managed, they can actually be a stepping stone to a lot of money. What do I mean? When you are trying to take a trade, make sure that you are using what we call margin calls. Okay? So, what are margin calls? When you put your trade on and you choose your first
Sorry, Madam Okay. Madam Okay, let me just add a few points on that floating loss. Don't mind my English. Let me just break a little thing on there. You see, a floating loss, it refers to the unrealized loss on a cryptocurrency trade that is still open and has not yet been closed or executed. Normally, it occurs when the cryptocurrency market it occurs when the market price of the cryptocurrency you hold is lower than the price at which you bought. But however, the trade has not finalized. So the loss is not locked in and could potentially reverse to massive profits if the market price rises above the purchase price.
You too know book. You too know book. You too know book. Why you know book like this? All right, so you have heard it. It's like you have this phone. You bought it today at 10 naira. Yeah, it's actually 10 naira because na China made. You bought it today at 10 naira. Then you get to the market tomorrow. This same phone, they are now selling it at 8 naira. And you want to sell it at 15 naira anyway. You know, you can't sell it again at 15 naira. So the phone that you bought at 10 naira has dropped to 8 naira. Okay? This is actually what RoyalQ is doing for us. That is what the people who sabi English, like lawyer tag, you call dollar cost average. So when it drops to 8 naira, instead of you to go and sell it at 8 naira, you will buy more. But at that stage, you are in a floating loss because you bought something at 10 naira. It is now 8 naira in the market. If you choose to sell it at that point, now you sabi, then it will be a real loss. But if you are clever, like that RoyalQ bot, you will buy more at 8 naira. And then you will now increase your margin, you know, your profit margin. Because you bought at 10, you bought at 8, even if it drops to 5, you still buy some more. That's what we call margin calls. So when you buy at all these levels and you now put them together and you are now said, when the robot now sells, because RoyalQ is trained by the creator. to buy low and sell high. It will never buy high and sell low. No. It's only when you go there and manipulate it by yourself. What kind of network do I have tonight? It's only when you go there by yourself and manipulate it and sell off, that's when the real loss now comes in. I hope we now understand floating loss. Floating loss is not death sentence, not a death sentence. So what you do when you have floating loss, you can actually open more margin calls. And friends, you can do your manipulation of this bot. Is a bot. And at your money you take buyer. You can manipulate it once you understand the manipulation. Okay? So you don't allow anything to put you off. And they said floating loss, they said whatever. So when you are looking at signal, that's what took us to the floating loss thing. You look for the stop loss, you look for the take profit. Take profit targets actually is a place where you lock your profits. Let me put it that way. The take profit helps you to exit at the intended profit level so that you can manage your greed, you know, because if there is nothing like take profits, some of us will stay in the market, will be selling forever because we think that, oh, we can still make another 15%, we can still make another whatever. Okay, so it is essential that we know all of these things while we are looking at our signals. Now, it's also very important when we are trading to allocate our capital properly. This is also another pointer to how we stay in floating losses. We don't allocate capital. We just see that, oh, this person is putting on so much of profit on this platform. What's she doing? How is he doing it? Then you just go and turn your own anyhow. You have to allocate your profit, your capital properly. What do I mean? When you have, because we are still going into the TGS and then we'll look at this critically, and we have great leaders on the call too that will be able to talk about this a lot better than maybe myself and Lawyer Taj will be able to say it. But the truth is, when you allocate your capital properly, you will make a lot of money. Even if you have 100 naira, $100, Mary, don't mind me, I'm a local woman, 100 naira. $100, okay? When you have $100 only, and you look at it that, okay, my first buying amount will be $10. Then you need to now remove your $10, that first buying amount, from the capital. You will have $90 left. Then you decide how much you want to put into margin calls. How much do you want to operate your margins with? Assuming you want to operate with $5, then you divide out your 90 by $5. That's a way of doing it. There are many ways, like I said, we are trading, so there are many ways to the market. That's one way of doing it. If you divide this, your 90 by the $5 you want to back your margin calls with, the number that gives you will be your margin calls drop. So if you have 16 margin calls, then you now start allocating capitals to them. We will show you this because, like we said, when we were trying to get this out, we said when it is essential for us to share our screen, we will. Okay, so you need to allocate your capital properly. Remember, even when we are talking of all of these things, nobody is perfect. Nobody at all is perfect, but at least try as much as possible to perfect what you are trying to do. Make sure that no single trade, impact negatively on your portfolio. Because if you don't do your capital allocation properly, you will mess up your portfolio. How does that happen? When the bot had already bought all the margins that you have allocated to it, maybe you have allocated more than your capital, then it will stop. And you don't have enough money to put, you will be there. And then You keep going into the deep. You keep going into the deep. You keep going into the deep. And don't forget that we said also that the time frame is very, very essential when you are trading. Now, I know a lot of people are on the call and they are wondering, how do I even take the trades? I'm going to reel out. Lisa, please be prepared. You are going to have to share your screen with us in a bit. But let me quickly let us know steps. And if you have your paper and pen with you, try and put it down. Steps you need to take, you know, when you want to start a trade on RoyalQ. Remember, Lawyer Taj has told us that RoyalQ is a bot that is trading for us. It is earning for us, even when we don't even know how to trade crypto. Some of us don't even know how to trade crypto at all, but the RoyalQ bot is helping us to earn, is earning money for us in a market that we know next to nothing about. So how do you start your trading? You know, ordinarily when you want to go and sell your bread and butter in the market, you also have a process. If you don't put a process to whatever you are doing, it is bound to fail. So in RoyalQ too, we have a process. How does it go? You first go to your home. When Lisa is trying to show us how to take profits, how to put the entry price, how to show the exit price, what to look at when you are looking at your percentages, what to look out for when you want to exit, then you will see it, you know, being practicalized. How should we choose the coin? How should we go into the trade? And then we can then get it on better. So steps on how to start a trade on RoyalQ. Somebody could somebody is saying that I should put it there. You that you are telling me, be part of this training, start typing out for others, okay? Thank you. Search coin on home. So this means you go to your home page, the home page of your RoyalQ, and then you search. We'll see it being practicalized when Lisa shares her screen with us. So you search home, you search for the coin on home, you type the coins.
Sorry, Madam Okay. Sorry, Madam Okay. I just want to add something before you go far. One way that many of my team members use in searching coins is go to gainers on Binance. And that is the key, because we are trading something that we are trading by values. And so if the coin is not gaining, if you go to home, you have over 380 pairs to choose from. It can be confusing.
On RoyalQ,
yes, on RoyalQ. So most times I tell my team members, go to Binance on the home page, look at gainers, click on open more. You'll see a lot of the coins. Some have done 20%, 30% upwards. I advise them, my own opinion is look for those one-digit trades. Yeah, those one-digit coins that have grown like 8%, 9%. From there, you can pick up from there.
Not all trading on Binance, guy. Some of us are trading on Bybit, some on
even on Bybit, you still have gainers on Bybit that you can look and follow up.
All of those. All right.
Even on Bybit, on any coin.
All right, that's
on
good. That's
exchange.
Good. Okay, that's great. That's good. You can do that. But all right, now follow me as I go. Get to the home page. Look at the that's the tiny. Lisa will show us those tiny arrows. Toggle with them so that you get the top gainers coins, and then you also have the low coins in red. The ones in green is the ones you want to choose from, and then you now start looking at them. This is the top gainers strategy. Actually, you start looking at them one by one. Okay, one by one. One by one. The top gainer strategy, you don't really need to go to Binance, you don't need to go to Bybit, you don't need to go to PutCoin, you stay in RoyalQ. So when you get the coin you are looking for, you tap on the coin, you tap confirm. This is just the straight way of trading. You tap on the coin, you tap on confirm, you tap create, you tap martingale strategy boards, you tap create again, you tap free. I'm just running through, but you will see it when it's being shown, you know, real time. You tap create, you tap feel free to create your own strategy, and then you tap on next. Then tap trade setting, okay? Tap manually create. Then you choose a strategy setting, tap your first, you put your first buying amount as given to us by the TGS strategy. Then you can change your first buying amount depending on the settings that is there, that is showing maybe the default setting. Sometimes it changes. Also, we have to be very careful when we are doing this. Sometimes that actually, in fact, a lot of times you find out that your first buying amount that you put in your strategy setting is not what you are seeing there. So you need to toggle it back to what it is. And then you start your trade. Lisa, if you are ready, please share your screen with us. You are already a co-host. I believe you are with us. You are not against us. All right. I made you a co-host earlier. Can you please unmute yourself and talk to us, Lisa?
Good evening.
Lisa
Good
is
evening,
one
good
of
evening,
the
everyone.
Lisa is one of the brightest and the best in my team. When I'm very busy, she helps out to teach others in the team. Please help me clap for this Lisa, because she's too good. She's too good.
Thank you
I'm
very
not
much.
seeing anybody clapping for
I
my Lisa.
appreciate-
Lisa, oh yeah, go ahead. Please go ahead and tell us. Share your screen and let us see what we need to see.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. I'm just sharing my screen now. Okay. Please, can everybody see my screen? Can you hear me?
We can hear you, Lisa, but we are not yet seeing your screen. I'm trying to unpin myself and pin you here. Lisa, go ahead. All right, while we are waiting for Lisa, Lisa, we cannot hear you. I think your audio is lost right there. We can only see your video on. While we are waiting for Lisa, if you have questions, maybe you can start dropping them in, or you raise your hand virtually, and let's deal with that. If you have a question, put in the chat box, or you raise your hand virtually and let's hear you out. All right, Michael Olele. Michael, I'm asking you to unmute. Please unmute yourself and talk to us.
Okay. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
And good evening, the house. Yeah, my question is, I will need an assistance because I'm in a floating loss, and I want to uh, have a rather open margin calls so as to come out of the floating loss. I just want to know how to do it practically. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. You said you are
Okay.
in a floating loss. You want to
Yes,
open more margin calls, so you want to know how to do it.
that is
Well, I
correct.
will tell you the two ways that I know how to do it. And then if there are other leaders in the house who have other ways of doing it, then they will let us know. So what I do, and that works for me to get out of floating loss, even if I do not totally get out of it, at least it moves me closer to the price, and then we can average it together. Once your setting is right, you have to be sure that your setting is right.
Yes,
You are not
my
likely,
son is right.
okay, you are not likely to be too much in a loss. So what do? You go into the trading view. Like if you have $200 trading for you, you can get another capital like the $200 you are using. Please, you need to mute yourself so that there won't be interference. When you want to talk, you let me know. I will unmute you again because I'm hearing some prop behind
Okay,
the.
sorry. Can I share my screen so that to do it? Because I have the phone to, open the margin call.
Maybe after the meeting, let me talk through with
Okay.
everybody. Maybe after the
Okay.
meeting, because there are also other questions in the chat room so that we are not spending so much time, and we are still waiting for Lisa to show us some great things. If she cannot, then I may have to share my screen to do that. Okay, so you get maybe another capital, like if you have been trading, if you are in a loss with a coin you are trading with $200, for instance. So you get another 200 and start trading it from the current price of that coin. Like if you open margin calls for that particular coin before, and the coin has bought maybe from 1 to 4, then you can now open margin calls from maybe 5 to 19. Do you understand? You have other calls from 5 to 19, and then you can use 111 for your drop, or 2.5. From the fifth call, you put the 200 and divide by the number of calls left. Like if right now you have opened more calls and you now have 19 margin calls, you've already bought 1 to 4. From fifth call, you put the 200 in, you divide by the number of calls left, that is from 5 to 19, and then you put in the margin buy-in ratios. Do you understand what I'm saying? Give the drops of 0.5 and 1 so that it can buy fast. Remember, you want to get out of the floating loss rather. Then you divide your capital by the margin calls. You also will need to change your first buying amount to lower figure if it is high, if it had been high before, so that you can buy slowly. Then you put your take profits. You already have your settings. You said you have a good settings. Okay. If you understand that, please let me know. That's the first method I use. So that means you put in like an equivalent of what you are using to trade that particular coin. Then you start the margin calls from where you stopped, from where the one that you are trading in the loss stops. You open it up and then you put the drops. You change your first buying amount. If it's too high, you put it at low. You can put as low as $5. You can put $10 so that it can buy slowly. That's one strategy I know. That's one strategy I know, a method that I know. Then the second method, if you have capital, okay, like if you have a coin that is also in a floating loss and you have capital, let me recollect it now.
Sorry, Madam. Okay, are you sharing your screen? Because we can't see anything. No.
I didn't say I'm sharing my screen.
Okay.
I am not sharing my screen. Okay. He is the one that will share his screen because he said he has the money. I'm not pulling anything out of floating loss. The gentleman that asked the question will choose the one he wants out of the two methods I'm trying to give, and then he can share with us later. So I was saying that if you have the capital and you want to put in another coin, then you can get a new coin, okay? You don't want to put more on the one that is in a loss. You can get a brand new coin. You put the first buying amount to as low as $5, if I remember correctly, this method. I think that's what it is. Then you divide, like if it's $200 by 5, you get like 40 margin calls. Yeah. When in your margin call drops, you set up to 40, maybe like first from 0.5. I like starting from 0.5. Then from 1 to 6, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, then to 40, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. By that, you are likely to have like 35% drop. You are likely to have like 35% drop. Then you add in your strategy. You add your first buying amount of $5 USD. You put your settings as you have put. What you are just doing, what we change here is your call drops and the margin calls drops and the buying ratios. Then you save. Okay. When this new coin starts trading, you go to the former one that is in floating loss and put the same setting that you have put in this new one that you just set up. That means that you are actually trading two coins. You are playing with these two coins with your $200. The capital will be $200 and you are using it to trade the two coins. But make sure that you do your settings well, buying in the dip. You add your margin calls to your coins and then the new coins. I'm not able to share because I'm actually on the PC and I don't have my RoyalQ on the PC. That's my challenge. Okay, that's why I'm not able to share my screen. That's why we plan that Lisa will be sharing for us, but I don't know exactly what has happened to Lisa Bright tonight. Lisa, you are on the call. Can you please talk to us? What's going on with you? All right, so the person that wants to get out of floating loss, if you can share your screen, maybe you can let us know so that we can use that to do the practicals. I'm not able to share my screen, like I said, because I'm on the PC. I like to take
Madam,
my
okay. Sorry, Madam, okay. Can you make Dr. Money a co-host and a host of others because she has something to say to direct
You can
what we are
actually
doing right
make
now.
them co-hosts.
No, I
You can make
cannot.
them...
I've been trying it. I cannot. I can't do it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Really? All right. I just made an ebook a co-host though. Okay, Dr. Money is here. Dr. Money, you're welcome. And I need to also make, let me check for Dr. Namdi. Dr. Namdi, if you're on the call, please let me know so that I can know the name to make a co-host. Dr. Money, you are a co-host already, so talk to us. Lawyer Taj
Okay,
said
good
you
evening,
have
ma'am.
Good evening,
Yeah,
ma'am.
good evening, ma'am. Okay, I just realized that we lost Lisa Bright, and I was going through some of the questions on the chat and what she was
Really?
supposed to address pertaining to the topic of today. Sir, I will want to, this your question of your floating loss. Unfortunately, it's not going to be a topic for today. It's not part of today's topic. Now, this meeting for today is a preparation for the training that will be starting on Thursday for Prof. So there are some things that we need to address that people don't understand about the RoyalQ app itself. So I don't know if Bright is around to share our screen, but if she's not, so we may, because of time, and as it is, we may even have to beg Coach George to use his time tomorrow, because we just have tomorrow before Thursday, and this is already 1 hour spent. So we need to go through the RoyalQ bots. The things we need to know about picking trades, like how Mama was saying that Lisa Bright was supposed to chair. Now, there are some things you need to look out for. Sir, sorry, let me go back to your question before I continue. So pertaining your floating loss, you need to go back to, you can talk to Mama, okay, on the group, or any of these leaders. It's not something you can see what she's reading. It's not something you can just understand like that now on this. That is a section on its own, and not a day will be set for those kind of issues, not on this one. I hope you understand. So you can go to WhatsApp and then we can pick it up from there. So let's continue. Now, if a trade, if a signal is given, what you do first, you look at the signal that is dropped. Now, I want to talk about Prof. We have different people that drops signals. We have Kosalisu and other people, and even myself, I do at times. But I want to base this on Prof so that you will understand. So that the issues we had about 3 days ago that made the inner circle rowdy will not happen as we start the training. Do you know why? Because the group will be locked while the trainings and signals will be going on. So we need to handle this today and tomorrow. If leader George will just indulge us to use his time tomorrow, or maybe we'll arrange a time to handle this, then on Thursday we can all be on the same page. So yeah, if a signal is dropped, I'm using Prof as a case study now. At times, everybody with the way they do their things. Because Salisu, they have their own, they write it out, they will tell you the entry price, the format they use, percentage drop, because their own strategy is different. Now, don't mind me saying their own, it is our own. These are all strategies that we have different strategies. And as time goes on, we are working on developing our strategies even up to 5. We are rebranding RoyalQ. We want to make it sweeter so that people will have variety, we have choice to making money, understand? So that strategy is different. But for the purpose of this meeting and this training, we're going to be facing or concentrating on TGS and Prof. Do you understand that? So Prof drops signal, screenshots on the group. Now, what are you supposed to do? You will see the lines as we go through the training. You will see him dropping those lines. What do you look out for? Like what Mama said, entry price. His own is not writing it like the way the Salisu used to do. So we discovered about 3-4 days ago on the group that people get confused. They don't know what the entry price is, or they don't know they take profit on the chart. So when it drops it, you look at the name of the coin first. The name of the coin on the chart that it dropped on the group. You go to your RoyalQ app.
Sorry, Dr. Money. Lisa is back. Maybe Lisa, please start sharing your screen as Doctor is talking. Thank you. Go ahead, madam.
If she's back, let her.
No, just go ahead.
Let her continue
Saying what you're saying.
I was going to fill in the gap because she was not around.
Lisa, how you share
new people to do things. Let her do it. I want her to do it.
Thank you. So what we want to learn from what Lisa is trying to share is how to pick the coins, how to enter a signal. A signal had been dropped. You look at the name, the coin's name, the entry point. She will be telling us how you do all of this. Sorry about the itch. It was due to some demonic activities around Lisa's house.
Sorry, everyone. I apologize. I really apologize. Good evening. The network has been throwing me out. I tried and tried and tried to get back in. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Okay. I apologize for that. Okay, let me quickly share my screen. Okay, I'm already sharing. My bad. Sorry. So I'll just go back.
Bedroom voice, Lisa, where are you?
I'm sorry.
Dr.
I'm sorry. Can you
Money,
hear me?
God
Am I
knows the
audible
address
enough?
of your house.
I'm sorry. Am I audible enough?
Please go ahead, Lisa. We can hear you before those people prevail again. No?
Exactly. Yes, the network is really slow. Okay, so if assuming we are to pick, maybe I'm not going to pick one of the coins that we can see now. So just so that I can show you how to search for a coin. So for instance, a trade is dropped, a signal is dropped on the group, and it's not one of these coins that we just readily see here. You have to search for it. So you click the search button. I don't know how to use arrows and all of that. So I'm just going to the search button. It's right at the top of change where the coins are listed. So if we go into the search, click search button, you can just find a coin. Maybe say for instance, we are doing we're asked to pick maybe cream. So you search for cream. And then the next thing you do is, okay, so my network is really slow. It's going to take some time, but the chart is supposed to come up here. And then you click create. So first of all, when the signals are shared with the TGS method of sharing signals, we don't have you have to look at the chart to see what the entry point is. So assuming that we are supposed to enter the trade at maybe 18 point, let's say 18.5, and now it's 18.69. So if you're going to enter this trade, maybe we're supposed to take like 5% at 18.5. What you do is you click create.
No, before
and then
sorry, before you start,
sorry,
Lisa, before you start creating, show them where you got the entry price from. Like this. I hope. Look at me. I'm putting my arrow as if I'm the one sharing screen. Like, how did you to get the starting point, the entry price? Show us on your screen.
Okay.
That's your 18 points.
Yes, so at the top, just at the top, we have 18.67. Also, if you look at the candlesticks, where you have the highlights is highlighted in blue, 18.67 is right there at the end. The last candle, the red candlestick that you see, there's a gap, there's a blue highlight on
And you can see
18.6.
that
Okay, it's now
the price
18.70
is
right
changing.
there.
It's now
It's
18.70.
changing.
Yeah. So that's
Yes,
why
sir.
timing is
So
also very essential.
yes. So at this point, knowing that, okay, you're supposed to get into the trade at 18.5, for instance, and you are supposed to take 5%. So this is already, it has already gone above the entry price. And then, so if you still want to pick this trade, for instance, you have to first check the time that it was posted on the group. I mean, this is a 15-minute chart, so it shouldn't be more than maybe 1 or 2 minutes since it was posted on the group. And then when the entry price is more than what has been posted, you now have to either ignore the trade or adjust your take profits. So if it was 5%, depending on the entry price, at this point, I would go for 4% because I'm not sure how, what the difference will be between 18.5 and 18.7. So I'll just be safe and take maybe 4% or a 3.5% at this point. So I'll click create at the bottom.
Wait, before you click
and then
create,
click.
hello, ma. Sorry.
Yes,
because what the challenges are with a lot of people are these charts.
Okay.
When we are also picking signals from Prof or from anybody, we also try as much as possible to look at the indicators, some indicators. I hope we all know
Yes.
what indicators are. On Lisa's screen, you can see some indicators right there. The MA, the BOLL, the volume, the MACD, the KDJ, the RSI. For our strategy, the TGS strategy, we use 2 indicators. It had been limited to 2 indicators for simplicity. Dr. Namdi is always stressing that for simplicity, just use the, please go ahead. Don't let me take it from you. Bollinger and KDJ.
Okay.
Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. Bollinger and the KDJ. So the Bollinger bands are the first, the larger ones at the top, where you have the purple, the pink, and the orange lines at the top. Those are the Bollinger bands. And then the lines at the bottom, the purple, pink, and orange lines at the bottom are the KDJ lines. So these are the indicators that we use. And there's also an indicator at the bottom that is the technical indicators that show the buy and sell regions of the coin. So if the coin is at the selling region or the buying region, if people are buying it more or selling. And the Bollinger and KDJ lines also show that, because, for instance, this coin shows it's towards the sell region. And if we look at these indicators, we can see that this coin has been ranging and is now hitting the bottom Bollinger band. I'm talking about the top indicators now, the top 3, the Bollinger bands. So it's hitting the bottom now, or it has hit the bottom, but then there's a belly shape, as it were. So it's still ranging, because you can now see that it's followed by a narrow, like a neck tight pattern.
Lisa, please tell us
for
what
this kind of
ranging,
coin,
what is ranging? Because there are market women like me on this call, and we do not know all these terminologies of rangings, of Bollinger band. Tell us, what is ranging? Are they fighting?
Okay, so my own, I'm still learning, but my understanding of ranging is that when as in, it's not really certain where the coin
It's
is
going
going, if
up
it's going
and
to
down. It's
be
going up and down.
down.
It's looking up and down.
Yes.
It's not settled yet. That's what they
Yes.
mean by ranging. So it will go up.
Let me interrupt, Lisa. Let me help her out. Lisa, let me help you out.
Thank you.
I want to help you out. You know, I want to help you out because it is already like 1:30 gone into the 1 hour 30 minutes. Lisa, you will need to join our group of trainers that will be holding meetings for this type of thing you want to do after today, okay? But for this meeting of today and tomorrow, we will not go into this Boligan band and all these ones. No. Meeting of today and tomorrow is for the preparation of what we'll be doing from Thursday. So that is what we will concentrate on now. But I can see that you are very good. So you will join Lawyer Taj, Coach Unamdi, Coach Ade Direct, Coach Oje Wealth. So we want more of you to host series of meetings after now so that people can know how to pick course themselves. But for today, tomorrow that we don't have this time, I want us to streamline this meeting to the purpose for this meeting. And that is how to understand profs' signals, how to know the basic things to pick these calls. When he drops them on the charts, that chaos that happened 4 days ago should not happen from Thursday because the group will be locked and people will not have time to ask this question. So that's what I need us to do. So let's take it from the beginning. It's not really difficult. In the next 5 minutes, we can just round it up. Once Prof drops a signal on the group, it drops a screenshot of the analysis he has done. Doing the Bolinga and the TGS ourselves, we are doing that analysis. It is not for this purpose of Prof. He has done all the analysis. Mama, okay, put something on the group yesterday that you don't need to do analysis again after Prof has done it because we trust in his capabilities. But for your own, that's where the TGS and Bolinga and KDJ down come. So there are two different things. So let's work with what Mama Okay said yesterday on the group. Now, when this thing is dropped, he will put it and you will see the line, the middle of it, you will see the percentages. At least I don't know if you can, since you are sharing screen, you could help me just go to any of the signal on the group. You could just go to the inner circle group and put any of the screenshots he has done so that we'll just show people so that there will be no confusion after now. Thank you, sweetheart. So let's bring one of the trade example so that.
Thank you, Dr. Money.
Okay, yeah, see one. There's a beautiful one. Good. Good. So you can see this data now. So when he drops, because it's not writing like them Kosaliso and Kushmo they are doing, do you understand? So when he drops, this is the signal. You will see this middle line at the top. Lisa, sweetheart, I don't know if you can help me like circle, you know, I don't know if it's this 4 good. So looking at this now, 417 is the take profit. But listen very well. Prof said when it draws this thing like this, at times or most times, 90% of times, he will put the percentage take profit on the chart. He normally puts it, but when he doesn't put that, he has said that you should just take half, 50%. So if you see 4%, just take 2%. If you see 6%, just take 3%. That is take profit. But before you get to take profit, you just look at the name of the coin. Then at the bottom, the right-hand side, you'll see the green, the right-hand side. Can you see it? Help me, please, Lisa. The 0.1
to the side a little bit more.
Good. Yes, look at it. 0.168. That is the entry price. Because a lot of people were asking the other day, where is the entry price? Somebody even circled the one at the top that is the entry price. No. Take note. The entry price is always at the right-hand side this way. It is green because it is going up. It could be red. That is when it is dipping, coming down. So that is the entry price. So you will pick, you already know the name. You've checked this screenshot and you see data on it. So, and you've seen the price. What do you do? So you've picked 2 things from here now. No, 3. The name of the coin is hard. The entry price is 0.1680. You've seen that. and then the take profit he put there is he measured is 4%, because he didn't write it at the bottom, so you take half, 2%. So let's go to the RoyalQ.
Lisa?
Can you see my screen?
Yes, dear.
Okay.
Okay, so when you come, please go out of this place so that let's select the first page, the home page where we can select the coin. Good. Okay, so just look for ad. Let's just show people. Okay.
That hard was really hard today. Oh.
It was going harder. The thing is that as we start the training, you understand. Once you see a chart or a pattern with that cup and handle, I beg, just get ready to make money. There are so many things. As we go on, we'll see all that. No, you need to go. Okay, you selected it. I wanted us to show them. No, go out, sweetheart, go out. Go out, go to the home page. Let's show them how to select the coin, and good. So when you want to select, because this place now, share we don't talk and say many of us are market women, so you look at, you click on this zero, this zero on top of the change.
I'm the chief of the
market. You click on
women.
it. When you click on that place, Lisa, is there where you can help us? You have to market this zero at the top. So you now, at this place where you see search at the top, you will now type the name of the coin. So you just type the ad. Lisa, do it so that you'll see it. HA. Good. So you see she's typing, it has come out. So you click on it. So those of you that come, so stay like this. So this is stay like this. Or you can click, it's okay.
Yes,
those of you that come to the group, it's sweetheart, it's okay. Those of you that come to, I want to say a very important thing. Those of you that come to the group always and say, although many people do it out of laziness anyway, because I've seen somebody that has been trading since last year, still come, can I see enter the trade? So some people are just lazy. But some people, they don't know. So those of you that ask that kind of question, you don't need to ask that kind of question again. So it is because of this question that Mama planned this meeting. This question I want to talk about, that Mama said we should do this meeting, this question. Now, you already know the coin, you picked it, you come here. So what do? This is very important so that you don't stay in floating loss. I'll give you 3 things that you need to do to avoid floating loss. Don't get me wrong. It's not something that anybody has control over, but there are things we can do to reduce it. Good.
It's not
there's even something I learned yesterday that you can do as we do the training. You will not even stay floating loss again, but we'll get to that stage as we do training, For now, once you enter the inner circle or wherever the signal is being dropped, remember that we work on 15 minutes, 5 minutes, even 1 minute time frame. Meaning that if you enter, the first thing you see on that signal, you look at the time. There's always a time stamp. So you look at the time. If you came into the group 2 p.m. and you look at when Prof dropped that screenshot, 1 p.m., that trade has passed. You don't need to ask questions. But if you know how to analyze on your own, then you can now go to RoyalQ, go and check the price of the coin. If the coin dipped, like it went down below the price that it gave it, it went below one condition or the same price, and then you check your KDJ and your Bollinger. That is if you know how to do those ones. That is if you know how to do those ones, then you can pick that trade. But if you are a novice like me, Dr. Moniwe, not no book, you don't know what to do. You don't go school like me. I beg, don't stress yourself. Market not the finish. We already have Prof. We give us signal at least for the next 1 year. That's what we're working on. So don't overkill yourself. Not trading is also trading. You can't finish all the trade. So if you're not a book like me, leave that one. Once you see the time it has passed, leave it. But if you entered and it dropped it in your presence, good. So you come here now, pick the coin, Then you look at the price just to confirm the price here and the price on his signal that he dropped. That's the chart. So the one there is saying 1680. This one, Lisa on is saying 1690. Meaning that Lisa has passed, right? So if I want to must take this trade, I can still take it. I know that it just moved a little bit. Instead of putting 3%, I can just take 1.5%. I'm not be thief, I'm not greedy. Why? Because it has moved on. So those are some things you do to avoid staying in floating loss. In deep. Snipe it out, you're out of the market. But if you picked it, maybe it dropped it. And as you dropped it, it dipped. It retraced. Beautiful. Enter at that price that is retraced. Then take profit which you saw on that signal on the group and put it in your RoyalQ. You want to do that, you want to practice for us, even if you don't activate, you want to do that, Lisa? You want to continue?
Yes, please. Okay.
You want to create this signal?
Yes.
Okay, there.
Okay, so thank you. So you just
Lisa,
click
please
create,
be more
assuming that it has
audible
met.
now. Leave the bedroom now.
Okay,
Lisa,
sorry.
you there bedroom?
Abi,
Can you
Put fire
can
for
you hear
yourself.
me? Am I audible?
Don't let everybody for this meeting sleep.
Am
You
I
want us to sleep?
am
Put fire.
am I audible? Am I audible enough?
oh
Can you
yeah,
hear
put
me?
fire. We can hear you. Come out for
Okay.
bedroom.
Okay. So so at this point, assuming that all the conditions are met, all you do now is click create. So you click create at the bottom. And then the strategy we use is always Martingale strategy bot. So you click Martingale strategy bot, which is the first one, and then continue to create. Here we have two settings. So we have already had our default settings that we set up from the beginning. So you just click the second one that says feel free to create your own strategy. So you click on next on that one. Now this is the trade as you see it. So to pick this trade, the first thing you click is trade setting. Trade setting is at the bottom left, the last at the bottom left, trade setting. So you click on trade
Down the
setting
phone.
and then sorry. Hello?
Go ahead, nothing.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
here you click manually create because we are using the settings that you already have. So you click manually create at the top. And then the next thing you click is my template, choose a strategy setting. So when you click choose a strategy setting, the settings that you have saved will come up. If you have one setting or whatever settings you have. So for the low capital, for those that have less than 100, you use the 12.5. For those that have more, you use more. But for the purpose of this, I'm just going to use the first one here, the low capital. So now, the thing is, a lot of times when you pick the setting you want to use, the first buy-in amount you usually change. So even though I picked 15.6, what I have here is 12.5. So you would always remember to adjust that to the first buying amount that you have in your settings. And let's assume that, for the purpose of the trade, we are taking 5%. You also, oh my goodness, you also pick the whole position take profit ratio, which is under margin call limits. The whole position take profit ratio, you just adjust that to whatever percentage is given in the group or whatever percentage that you're picking. So those are the only two things that you change. You first buy in amount and the whole position take profit ratio. And then you click save. Everything else has been saved from your setup in the beginning. And then at this point, you still want to look at the price because even at the time that you were picking the trade, the price may have changed. So when you come back here, you also want to check the current price at the top to ensure that it's still the price that you saw it at. So sometimes it may have dropped, sometimes it may have gone up. So you adjust accordingly. So if you see that the current price has gone up, and for the purpose of the TGS, you would usually not use the first preset buy-in price because it may not even come back there. So at this point, you just adjust your percentage. So if you see that it has gone up, you go back to trade setting and tweak your percentage, reduce it, or if it's
The
you just
percentage
quickly
she's
do that.
talking
And
about is the, you mean let them know that is the profit
the whole
that you're
position,
taking.
sorry, yes, so
Okay.
your take profit, you adjust your take profit accordingly. So the whole position take profit ratio, you go and adjust it. Maybe at this time it has gone up, so you quickly change that to 4. And because it's TGS, it's usually fast, so you want to do this within 30 seconds. Click save, sure, and quickly come back to the trade. So here, all you need to do is just click activate. I understand. And then you create your trade, and that's it. The robot will do the rest and deliver profit when
Thank you,
that's
Dr. Money.
it.
Thank you, Lisa. But there's something, the day is fast spent, but there's something, Lisa, that I need you to quickly show them. You know, you have your settings saved already. You go to your
Yeah.
mind and let them know how you have your strategies. Do you
Okay.
understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Your
So,
strategies
yes,
is
ma'am.
go to mine.
So you go to mine. Mine is the first from the right, the bottom right. So you just click mine at the bottom right. And then on this list, you see my strategy settings, so not my synced, because I've seen a lot of people mistake my strategy settings for my synced strategy. So you click my strategy settings. And then when you click on my strategy settings, so depending on the video or the settings you want to use, at the top, you click the plus sign at the top. So that's where you click the plus sign at the top. Once you click that, you have the setting displayed. So you adjust according to the settings that you want to use. If you're using the low capital, if you're using the huge capital. So this is where you adjust the settings. Then when you finish that, there's margin configuration with the arrow. You touch the arrow and adjust that as well. So let me just quickly, for instance, this is maybe risk type. We are doing maybe radical. Then your remark, maybe the remark you just want to trade $100, so you can put $100 as your remark. And then for the first buying amount, maybe you want to use 12, depending on the setting that will be shared with you to use. And then the open position, sometimes it is doubled, sometimes it's not, depending on the setting as well. You adjust your AI margin call. So the margin call limit, you can have 7, you can have 3, you can have 4, depending on the setting as well. Whole position take profit, we usually set that at 3. The whole position take profit callback is usually set at 0.01. The buying callback is usually set at 0.01. So, okay, so the sub position, depending on, so if, for example, now at this point, we are using like 3, 4, 2 margin calls. So this sub position take profit callback is there because it's 7 margin calls. But if I were to change this to maybe 3 margin calls, that will no longer be there. So you just adjust your whole position take profit callback to 0.01, buying callback to 0.01, strategy period. So if it's the one shot trading, like what we're doing here is one shot, so you can change that to one shot. And then you go into the margin configuration where you have that arrow. So you adjust according to the settings that you are given. In this case, I think it's 2.5. If we're using the 3 margin calls, it will be 2.5, 3.5, and 5. 5. Then the other side remains the same, 2, 4, and 8. So you just quickly click sure to save that. So this is the setting, and then you just click save. Once you click save, it automatically saves for you right there at the top. That's the new setting. That's how to set your strategy.
Thank you. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you for coming in there. Okay, so in the absence of any other thing to do, Lawyer Taj, I think that we've had a good show. Thank you for coming in for us, Dr. Money. Lawyer Taj, I don't know whether you have entered your bedroom. Okay, so does anybody have anything to say?
I am here. I'm listening to you guys. The nice one.
Yeah. So I guess that's we are done. I wasn't able to go through the questions in the chat room, but it's quite late right now. I don't know if the leaders still want us to take questions. Otherwise, we can. What do you think, Lawyer Taj? Should we still take questions? Or do we ask if anybody has any question to ask? Lady Buck, you have not even said anything to us. What's up, man? Okay.
Everyone. I'm also learning, Madam Okay. Here to learn. Yeah. So thank you. Thank you so much. It was a good training for today. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the platform. God bless you. I haven't seen Dr. Nnamdi. Dr. Nnamdi, where are you? Are you here? Say something to us, your children. Dr. Nnamdi, are you here? All right. I don't think he is. Dr. Money, do you want to say anything in closing so that we can close the meeting?
Okay, Ma, I just want to appreciate you so much, Ma, for being so selfless, for being the mother and leader that you are, for, you know, you actually saw the pains and complaint of newbies and the people that their uplines or mentors have abandoned, and you came to me with this idea, and honestly, it's a beautiful one, and I just want to appreciate you. I don't know any word that is more than thank you. So thank you, Ma. On behalf of everybody, we appreciate. And I want to suggest that we could have this class tomorrow again. Please, sorry, I am jumping on you, because it's not easy to just understand so many persons they are not here, and then some here, some people are still not, they don't understand yet. So if we could just go through, tomorrow does not even need to be more than 30, or maybe I don't know if you want to do it on the group. If you think that it could just be 30 minutes, let's just go through for the purpose of this from Prof is signal and that. But if we think we can do it on the group, that's beautiful. So that by Thursday, we should be ready to kick off. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. You are the selfless leader. I be Lawyer Taj, wait till you talk. No be the selfless mama way we get.
She's everything to us. She's everything to us. Thank you very much for this.
Now the selfless mama now. Thank you.
I just hope maybe tomorrow we'll have a good time to explain much more some other aspects of it, because I saw a lot of questions in the chat that were not answered at all. Hopefully we have same people come up tomorrow.
I didn't go through the chat.
Okay, so tomorrow will be good. We made the presentation short. Later you can handle that. And then we'll now make it like an interactive session. Let people talk and let's be sure that they understand it. But don't bring floating loss and all those issues. Let's concentrate on this training and all that, so that
there's no way you will have a meeting and they won't bring floating loss. So maybe we can handle floating loss on the platform.
It is not for this meeting. There Salisu and Coach Mo, we have meetings Saturday and Sunday for that. This particular meeting is for a purpose that we need to achieve. So that's it. After tomorrow, maybe we can start doing that other Tuesdays and other days. You understand? But for this program, let's be prepared to kick off on Thursday, man.
On Thursday, yeah, no problem. All right, thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. And we thank God for everything. We thank God for the way it has gone. If you still have questions that were not answered, you can reach out to either myself or Lawyer Taj or Lisa. Don't bother Dr. Money with your questions, please. Don't go to Dr. Money's chat to ask
God bless you, man. God bless you, man.
Amen. Just let Lawyer Taj, let Lisa, I will drop Lisa's number on the platform. I believe you all know my number and you know Lawyer Taj anyway. Drop the questions that were not answered tonight. I am very, very sorry that that happened. I wasn't able to navigate through the chat box. For some reasons, my network had been very horrible tonight. Thank you once again. God bless you. Good night. Have a great night's rest.